To extra depth on El Paso's housing market, as recession talks swirl the country, fear of a housing bubble burst come with it. And while people's struggles are real in the current economic climate, the El Paso housing market health may surprise you. What was recently barren land is now becoming one of El Paso's newest neighborhoods. Framework is taking the shape of not just a new home, but a family's dream becoming reality. This one was initially intended to belong to Alejandro Munoz.
I had everything I wanted, had my cabinets the way I wanted, color, flooring, everything.
He served 6 years in the Army before settling into a full-time job and has been promoted several times since, setting a foundation for him and his 4-year-old daughter.
That's another reason why I was building the home, was for her, so she has someone to grow up.
His house was basically just 2 blocks away from here, and it was going to be great because, you know, they can walk in here.
But now, instead of being able to walk to his parents' house, Alejandro and his daughter are living in it. Supply chain strains during the pandemic then headed into a period of high inflation and increasing interest rates. As closing time came near over the summer, Alejandro realized he was priced out of his dream home.
The original cost of the home was going to be about $1,200 to $1,300 a month. And by the time we were going to close on it, it went up to about $2,300 a month.
And he asked us that, what can I do? He goes, it's your call, mijo. You know, it's your call. This is what you got to do. He says, well, I'm going to let it go. He was devastated. And I was really, really devastated too. And my wife was devastated.
Another factor, rising home valuations. While several taxing entities adopted what's called a no new revenue tax rate to offset that increase in home values, the city of El Paso's tax rate, while lowered, is still going to yield a higher tax bill. Seeing his son have his dream home turn into a nightmare scenario led Felix Munoz to run for city council. While he came up short in his race last week, he says he learned on the campaign trail that his son's struggle isn't an outlier.
A lot of the elderly people who are on one check, they're struggling. A lot of them told me they're about to lose their home or get a second job.
Economic factors have many fearing a looming recession. So what does that mean for the housing market? Well, if you do a quick search, the headlines certainly aren't good. And while that may be the reality across much of the country, El Paso's housing market bubble may not burst.
Right now the demand is still high, the supply is low, so the market's still strong and it's still very healthy.
Jackie York is the president of the Greater El Paso Association of Realtors. She predicts El Paso's low inventory is what will shield home prices locally from crashing.
Right now we're under a 6-month inventory. As long as we stay under that 6-month inventory, it'll remain a seller's market and a strong housing market.
Take a look at this infographic from the Association of Realtors. This is what York is referring to. Just over 1,900 homes actively on the market last month. The median sales price, $240,000. And those homes are only staying on the market on average for 15 days. Let's compare that to October 2019, 3 years ago, prior to the pandemic. High inflation and high interest rates. Active inventory, 3,164 homes, nearly 65% more than October 2022. The median sales price 3 years ago, nearly $80,000 lower, and listings were sitting on the market for more than a month. But buyers will tell you it's not all rosy right now. Higher mortgage rates and home prices mean their spending power is taking a significant hit.
Somebody typically that could have qualified for $250,000 may qualify for $200,000 now.
And the home that you could buy prior to the rise in home values is markedly different than what it would get you today, leaving potential buyers like Alejandro frustrated while trying to save up.
It was not my plan to live here forever, but in time, I'll see what happens with the economy within the next couple months, within a year.
And a moment ago, I mentioned the city not adopting the no new revenue tax rate. Remember, voters just approved a more than $270 million set of bonds that will raise your taxes. I asked the city if it will strive to adopt a no new revenue tax rate going forward. They did not answer that question directly, but did provide me with a lengthy statement that says in part, quote, the city has been and will continue to be aggressive about lowering the impact to taxpayers while still providing a high quality of life and place to our community. This is why the council approved the largest tax rate decrease in 35 years, adopted in August, and why we decreased property taxes for 52,000 seniors and people with disabilities through city exemptions. Now, again, it's important to note, while the tax rate was decreased, it was still a tax increase in terms of what you'll end up paying. The city also pointed out that El Paso was recently ranked as one of the top 15 under the radar cities to live in Texas by real estate firm Orchard.com. That's characterized as a place someone can buy a home for a relatively low price in a reasonably competitive market where the quality of life is high.